Ho, ho, ho! Let's get back to the snow. We can do it all night, and it's gonna make you feel right. That's right here on the What Everybody Podcast Holiday Edition. Jonny here in the fifth person alongside the one and only Naked and Afraid special guest. Not really, but that sounded really cool. Ryan Harris. On today's episode, we talk about stuff and more stuff, and for good measure, stuff. So sit back with the eggnog, a warm fireplace, some cookies for the big man, and enjoy the show. And with no further ado, Ryan and Jonny. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hey, let's start the episode off with
Christmas.
some bad singing. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Holiday episode. This is our holiday
Jewish
episode,
people singing
dude.
Christmas songs. Yes,
You're
yes,
Jewish
yes, yes.
and you're Jewish and I'm not, so we'll celebrate both.
Right.
Is that
Well,
cool?
yeah,
Is that like
Hanukkah
something you can
happened,
do?
I can do that.
Hanukkah's already over,
happened.
huh?
Yep, it's been over.
I'm just gonna be straight up, full disclosure, honest. Where I grew up, I didn't know any Jewish kids, so like, as far as the culture or the you know the holidays and the differences, I knew nothing. So like, what is Hanukkah? Because it's not always on the same day.
God, I'm like the worst guy to ask Jewish.
But
history.
you're
It's not on
better
the same
to
day.
ask than me because you know more than I do.
Okay, but I want to start off by first saying, you grew up in a town that didn't have any Jewish people. So what was your impression of Jewish people growing up?
Well, I'm not saying there wasn't any Jewish people. I'm just saying that I was unaware of it. Like, it didn't exist to me. As far as like knowledge of a Jewish person, you're the first Jewish guy I met. You know what I mean? It might as well be you.
Okay,
you know?
so not to say Jews existed where you lived. You just didn't know any Jewish people until you moved to California and met me. So my question to you is, what was your views on Jewish people prior to meeting one?
All right, Ryan's attempt at not getting canceled. My perception was no. I mean, you were the first person. You were the first person I met that was just like, you know, as a Jewish man and Jewish and this and that, and like, well, I don't celebrate Christmas and I don't eat cheese.
I'm a proud
you know?
Jewish guy. I don't eat cheese. You asked me on my way before we just so we know, we were going to record, and Ryan's like, I'm ready. And I said, I'm going to go to Starbucks. He said, make sure to get an egg sandwich. And I said, they have nothing but cheese products at Starbucks. Why? I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
get to that another time. You were saying, back to your assumption of Jewish people.
Enough of me talking about it. I'm just curious as to what Hanukkah is. I mean, like,
Hanukkah,
hey,
basically,
not to cut you off. Sorry. One last thing. I looked it up. I was going to try to like Google what is Hanukkah.
What's Hanukkah?
There's 19 ways to spell it. Why?
No, I thought there was two. I know there's a CH and then an HU.
Google told me 19.
19. I don't know how that could even be.
Well, hey, buddy, it's time out. Hold, please.
While you're doing that, let me give it a quick rundown. I'm not sure why there was a fucking little thing of oil burning, but that thing of oil burning was the only light they had. And that light lasted for 8 days. The oil lasted for 8 days, which is why there's 8 days of Hanukkah.
You talking about a menorah?
Well, the menorah represents the 8 days.
Yeah.
The menorah is you light a candle for each day. I guess that had something to do with like Moses. He's in the middle of the desert. They had like a lamp, and the lamp had oil for 8 days. Or some
and it
shit
lasted.
like that.
Okay.
And it lasted for 8 days. So I really think that Hanukkah only exists because Christmas does, and the Jews needed to counteract that. They also tried counteracting that because we don't have Christmas trees. So they always tried counteracting that with, I'd be like, Mom, I want a Christmas tree. And she'd be like, well, I'll get you a Hanukkah bush. I'm like, what the fuck is a Hanukkah bush?
Is that a real thing? Is it an actual real thing, or is it just like a mom's way of like shutting
That's
the kid
what
up?
I thought it was. All of these years, I thought it was just like an old mom's tale to tell their Jewish children, we'll get you a Hanukkah bush just to shut them the F up. Because I've never seen a Hanukkah bush in my entire life. And I grew up with a lot of Jews, and one being one.
It seems like it would be more of a mantelpiece than like something you put on
We
the
have a mutual
floor.
friend who, I'm not going to mention names because, you never know how people feel about their disclosure of their religion and whatnot.
Their
But
name
this
being
certain
out
person, I was with this certain person recently, and this certain person told me that he got a a Hanukkah bush for his son. And I was like, oh my God, dude, nobody gets a Hanukkah bush. Like that's like a mother's tale.
So then it's a thing.
He says he did it. Now, I believe him with his story, but I hit him up yesterday knowing that I was going to talk to you about this.
You have no proof.
And I asked him to send me a picture so I could like show the world that Hanukkah bushes really do exist. Well, his response back was, oh, we took the Hanukkah bush down because we didn't want, our son to see the bush and expect gifts under it, which is an understandable thing. And he said he was going to go back and see if he could find anything. No, I'm just going to say this, and I'm not calling my friend full of shit because I love this man, and I love this man with a passion. But the first thing would have done would take a picture, and I would have put that on my InstaWeb.
You would have taken a picture of it.
Hanukkah bush in effect.
And if you're like me, you had the intention of posting it and you never did, but you didn't delete it because also you forgot you took the picture. And then whenever your friend says, that's awesome, you send them the picture. Yeah.
Right. It's kind of like the other day I was driving and my speedometer, my clock said 222, my mileage said 22.2, and my mileage was 22222.
Okay.
I took a picture of that.
So
at the stop.
So that is signal to me
the
to rein you in. I'm the pinball wizard.
The relevance.
Rein you back in.
Right. But the relevance to me saying that was, if I'm going to take a picture of my speedometer with all of the twos, I would definitely 150% take a picture of the Hanukkah bush. That's what I was saying.
Okay. It makes sense when you explain it, but 30 seconds ago, I was about to get mad at you. No. Okay. So I looked up Hanukkah, and tell me if maybe I looked up a bad article, but this is what it said. The right way to spell Hanukkah. Is it Hanukkah or the Chanukah? Yeah, right. And then you scroll down.
That's a silent C.
And it says
it's a silent C.
All of these. Did I forget any? And I counted. I mean, they didn't make a big deal of the fact that there's 19 in the article, but there's 19 spellings there. Are those bullshit? Dude, or are they correct?
Yeah.
You're the Jewish guy. Educate me.
Dude, seriously, I'll tell you this. As a Jewish man, I've only seen the first two.
The first two?
Yeah. The one with the X is my favorite because the letter X just never is used. And the fact they can use, I guess that'd be a Hanukkah.
That'd be here, I'm going to give you the correct pronunciation of Xanuka. It would be Hanukkah.
Hey, could you do me a favor? Can you go, hey, Google, Hanukkah bush. Let's get a picture of what a Hanukkah bush looks like.
Yeah, like a live Google search.
We should just call the show the live Google search.
Live Google search, Hanukkah bush. They're Christmas trees.
The one on the left, the top left, looks like the only one that's a bush. And then there's a couple on the fourth row that looks like a bush.
This one could potentially be a bush.
Which one you looking at?
That could potentially be a bush. Okay,
yeah, exactly. That looks like a Hanukkah bush.
That's a Hanukkah bush.
That's what we're going to call
a Hanukkah bush. It's got the blue lights in there. What's the deal with blue?
Probably has to do with the Israeli flag is blue and white. Why are the Christmas lights red and green and white?
Man.
I have a Starbucks cup here. It's Christmas colors.
Yeah.
And a bitch smiling. I don't know why I called her a bitch.
What'd you get? Did you get an egg sandwich or an egg muffin?
No, dude. Listen. Okay, let's get back to that for a second. Okay, here's my rant of the day. Starbucks. I love Starbucks, kinda.
Yeah.
Their coffee tastes burnt, but for whatever reason, it's got more of a punch.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
I didn't either, but I just drink shit black, and it all tastes like crap now. So listen, everything that they sell that's not a sweet and a bagel, but only the plain bagel is the only one that doesn't have this. Because even the everything bagel has cheese on it.
Spit it out.
Everything is cheese, bro.
Yeah.
Everything is cheese. Yeah. Everything has cheese.
And they're all...
What is the fucking fascination with people and cheese?
Johnny, I'm going to take the opportunity to have your back on this, okay? Because normally I want to make fun of you like all the time. Yeah, I'm going to take the opportunity to have your back because my complaint with Starbucks, dude, is whenever you buy their sandwiches, first of all, you take what you get. There's no customization at all. You can't get anything different. It's what's packaged. You buy it, you eat it. I guess that's okay. Here's my complaint.
It's a turn and burn mentality.
Tell me this. How can you make a sandwich that has a nice looking, it's buttered, it's grilled, it has the fillings in it, it has some pesto in there, there's cheese. I like cheese. And then you take a bite out of it and it's water.
What do you mean? I've
They
never eaten a
have
sandwich
no
from there,
taste.
so I don't know.
They have no taste. They taste like nothing.
They look good, dude. I see sandwiches with like grill
Water-flavored
marks on them,
sandwich.
and I'm like, that's amazing. What do you mean water? Like, I don't get it.
I mean, like water doesn't taste like anything. You bite into their sandwiches
right.
and it tastes like nothing. It's water flavored heat.
They have that one panini looking thing with the grilled marks on the bread that just looks great, but it's got
It
all
looks
sorts of shit on
amazing.
it that I don't know.
Ask me what I think it tastes like.
Shit.
Water.
Water.
It doesn't taste
Water.
bad.
Not even.
It doesn't taste
It doesn't even taste
bad.
like shit. If it tasted
it
like
tastes
shit,
like-
it would have a taste.
At least then I would know. At least then I'd know not to like it because it tastes like shit. But instead you go there and it looks gorgeous and you want to eat that because you're hungry and you get a burnt coffee and you're like, I want something to go with it. Well, I guess I'll get a water flavored
Nothing like a
sandwich.
watered down sandwich with a side of burnt coffee.
You know where else you can buy water flavored food?
Where's that?
Burbank Airport. That if you're flying, I like Southwest. I've had some
I've
problems.
flown Southwest out of Burbank.
You go to the far end in Guy
With you.
Fieri.
We flew to Denver there out of Burbank on Southwest.
Yeah, well, the entire Burbank Airport. I don't know what Guy Fieri did, but he owns every restaurant in the Burbank Airport. Whatever that's all about.
What he did was he got smart.
Look, hey, no.
monopolized it.
I'm not knocking the guy. This isn't about him. This is about the restaurant at the Burbank Airport that you could buy a breakfast sandwich from. That again was egg, cheese, bagel, butter. Smelled delicious, and I took a bite out of it, and it was nothing.
You know what's weird though? In a lot of ways, that
here's
like,
how
I'm
bad.
okay with
Here's how little of a taste it has. I didn't mean to cut you off like that. I just did the whoa 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 that Johnny does. But
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
yeah, so see, my apologies. I bought an egg sandwich, and it came with tater tots, and I got a water, and my grand total was $22 because flying, and I ate half of it. That's how tasteless it was.
What's the deal with tater tots these days?
I don't know, but I
tell you
threw
why.
away half of my $22 water flavored sandwich.
So I went to buy a glass of wine at the airport when I was there last. It was $22. I was like, give me the vodka. I don't even drink vodka anymore. It's
Well, at
cheaper.
least
I'll
that's
take that.
wine. That at least makes sense. It has a taste. You get a little buzz on.
I'm sure the wine had no taste either. It's at the airport. I was just going to ask you something.
Okay, go for it.
I forgot what I was going to ask you.
Did
I
you
asked
just-
it, but I can't remember.
Did you just restart?
No, well, yeah, but
Your eyes just turned to Matrix. Here's my Johnny impression for the day. Hey man, let me ask you something.
it's because I wanted to ask you something. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I don't remember what it was. I'm telling you, that COVID shit fucked up my brain.
As you sit there with a vape pen.
What I was getting, no, this is just the nicotine. That's this is the good one over here.
Yeah.
What was it? I just asked it to you. What were you talking about? You were talking about the airport. Oh, tater tots. Yeah, tater tots. Boom, you nailed it. What's the deal?
Johnny's
with tater
back
tots?
online.
It's like this new thing. Like, as you know, I go to SoFi Stadium quite a bit these days, and right by my section, they have the food, and the food the only thing I want are chicken fingers, but they don't sell chicken fingers with fries. It always comes with tater tots.
You're complaining about that?
Yeah, I am, because with chicken fingers, I'd rather eat French fries. I don't want tater tots.
Dude, if I had my choice between French fries and tater tots, I'm taking tater tots 10 out of 10
Why?
times.
Why is that?
There's more potato in it than a French fry. A French fry is like, it's potato, but it's skinny, and it feels like, to me, I don't know, that whenever they deep fry it, the potato disappears, so you just get like fried breading.
I don't understand. Okay, a couple of weeks ago, my girl comes home. She's like, dude, I'm going to make you breakfast. And she's like, I got tater tots. And I was totally bummed. I'm like, tater tots. But then when she showed them to me, they were the round ones, just like the Burger King ones I was talking about a second ago. And I was so stoked, bro.
Tater tots are
So
all
tater
round.
tots has their moment. But outside of breakfast, tater tots, like the square ones, the ones that come with the chicken fingers, you know why I don't like them? Because it reminds
Square?
me of like the ones that look like little like nubs. You know,
They're
those
can.
things?
They're shaped like a can. They're round but flat.
Yeah, cans. Those.
As long as
Why
I've lived,
I don't
I've never had a tater tot not shaped like that.
The ones that are round are tater tots that are round. You can get them at the grocery store.
Proceed.
Listen, the reason I don't like tater tots is it reminds me of elementary school lunch. And there was only one meal that I liked at elementary school, and I've told you about it before. The spaghetti and meat sauce at my elementary school, to this day, is one of my all-time favorites. I used to get 2 bowls every lunch.
All right, you're scarred. You're scarred. I can relate. One time I was a kid and I ate popcorn and I threw up later on that day, and I haven't had popcorn since. So,
I ever tell you my tuna fish deal?
Let me guess. You don't like it.
When I was a kid, tuna fish on toasted white bread was one of my favorite things ever.
Let me guess.
Used to make
tuna
it
fish,
all the
bread,
time.
dry.
Right, exactly. Didn't like when my brother added mayo. Kind of bummed me out. With that being said, I'd always wonder what these little pieces of like skin-looking things were when I'd eat it sometimes. Never paid attention. And then one day it dawned on me when I was 12. One day it dawns on me. Tuna fish. And if anybody knows this, I don't like fish. Grosses me out. Tuna fish. And I'm like, I've been eating fish. I have not eaten tuna fish since I was 12.
You didn't realize it was fish?
No. Tasted great. I thought it was chicken of the sea. That's what the can said.
So you don't have a problem with chicken, and you literally thought it was chicken?
Yeah, it said chicken of the sea on the can, so I figured that's what it was.
It also
and then I figured out it was fish.
It also read above that says tuna fish.
I must have missed the fish, because once I figured out it was fish.
You know what? There's something about turning on this podcast that makes me want to make fun of everything you say. And then sometimes I realize that you are my friend. You are my friend, and I shouldn't do that.
Please. I'd love to hear what you have to say about my tuna fish thing, because it's an interesting story. I think it's fucking interesting.
Well, the only thing I had to say about it is you liked it, so who cares what it is? You're not eating a human.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to dive into the inner workings of Johnny U's brain, because that's a whole fucking episode in itself.
We might want to steer clear, is what you're saying?
That's your call. I don't mind talking about my brain.
Here's the deal. When
I'm always looking about talking about myself.
Here's the deal. When we're done with this, I'm on. Okay, so if you're listening to this, Merry Christmas. Christmas was a couple days ago, but if you're listening to this, also know that we're filming this like 2 days before Christmas, and I want to get done with this quick, because once I'm done for a couple days. You know what I mean? That's awesome to me. So to dive into your head right now might be more time consuming than I have.
Speaking of Christmas, okay, let's not dive into my brain, but my brain will show you some stuff right about now when Ryan and I decided we were going to talk about some stuff Christmas. And I think the best way to go about this, or holiday season for that matter, I'm a Jew talking about Christmas. This is fun. I just want to say, as a kid, the one thing my family did do, because I do think that most Jewish families, or at least American ones, they will do something to do something for their kids on Christmas. To do something for their kids on Christmas, just so they don't feel left out, I guess.
Yeah.
And sometimes Hanukkah lands on Christmas the same time. And the deal with Hanukkah is you get a gift every day for 8 days. In my family, I only got one big gift every year, and that was cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I was fine with that. But on Christmas, my family used to hang stockings with our names on it over the fireplace. I grew up in Philadelphia. We had a fireplace, and they would stuff it with candy. I'd wake up Christmas morning, and I would have candy. So that's what I would do. But we wanted to talk about some things Christmas. So I thought maybe we can go back and forth. I want to let you know that being a non-Christmas celebration person here, that I'll probably be on the dark side with my Christmas stuff that I want to talk about today.
Being a dark side today?
I'll lead off. Well,
I'm in a good mood.
Darker.
Don't.
Yeah. No, but there's some interesting Christmas news, you know.
Don't piss on my mood.
Interesting stuff. I want to know a couple things. The first one was, I always thought that let me rephrase it. I really never had an opinion of it, but I never understood.
Spit it out.
The ugly sweater thing. Like, what the fuck
I don't know either.
Is that
yeah,
about?
no, dude. I think somebody.
Well, I found out.
Okay. Oh, you did. All right. So you were setting me up for the. Yeah. All right.
Well, I said, "Hey Google, why the hell do they use Christmas sweaters and make them ugly?" So this is where it came. You ready?
Yeah.
The ugly sweater first became a household meme in the 1980s with The Cosby Show. Bill Huxtable leading the way. Chevy Chase's character in National Lampoon's Vacation added the holiday twist to that look.
See, I would have guessed Vacation, Christmas Vacation, the movie. I know it sounds like I'm guessing that now because you just said that, but like that makes sense to be the origin of it. The Cosby Show, he just wore bad clothes.
Bill Cosby, if he's wearing creepy sweaters, that would go along with his creepy personality. And I'll go on record by saying Bill Cosby is a piece of shit. I'll just say that here.
Let's
print it.
Let's credit Clark Griswold for the ugly Christmas sweater.
I think it's dumb as shit. And I was kind of disappointed when I found out where it came from because I thought because of how much it's ingrained into like the culture these days or pop culture with that these days that like they sell ugly sweaters purposely online.
It's fun.
I thought that would have gone back.
Who cares?
But I thought it would. Listen, it is fun. But I was disappointed at the fact that it was only from the 80s and that's where it came from. Where in all reality, I thought this was something that must have come from like the 20s.
I wish it had come from the 1930s, the 20s. I wish it had come from the 20s Depression era.
I'm older than the ugly sweater thing.
All you had to give was 2 pennies and a bad shirt.
Yep, you're up. What do you got on Christmas news, bro? What do you got? What did your digging come up with?
What'd your digging do? Well, okay, so at first I kind of was like going through this whole like everyone now is saying Merry Christmas, you know, like the band Kiss, and it's like Merry Christmas, you know. You seen those?
I didn't know that.
Here, like I'll just show you this one. Like that, the band Kiss, Merry Christmas, they dress up, haha, funny, cool. And there's a million of those that you can send to your friends or whatever. But here's my, you want to get dark for the holidays? Here's my, like, Kiss is turning into everybody's favorite band. Everybody loves Kiss. They're everybody's favorite band. And first of all, I like that because I like Kiss. And I grew up really liking Kiss.
I used to love Kiss, but
they're responsible
not that guy no more.
They're largely responsible. That's how I learned to play guitar, was playing Kiss. I mean, I'd put in Alive, play it from front to back. I'd put in double platinum, Love Gun, dude.
You want to hear a double plat? You want to hear?
Love
you want to hear a funny double platinum story?
Hang on, I'm not done with my story. Not done with my story. I used to get made fun of for how much I liked Kiss, and now they're everybody's favorite band. You can go to Kohl's and buy their T-shirt. Like, first of all, that's great. I like it, and I'm not ragging on Kiss, but I'm ragging on these bandwagon people that made fun of me when I was little, and I don't appreciate that.
When I was a kid,
too ranty for you?
Not at all. I agree with you. If it makes you feel any better, I used to love Kiss, and I still enjoy listening to the early stuff. But I so disgusted by Gene Simmons that I can't even.
Well, yeah.
I can't even like.
Just listen to the songs and forget.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
When I was a kid, Chad Ost and I were at the mall, as a matter of fact. That's who I was just in Nashville with. And we were at Wall to Wall Sound at the Oxford Valley Mall, and Chad peer pressured me into stealing double platinum. Do it. Go. Take it. And I did.
That album is very responsible for like learning to play the guitar for me. I knew very little bit of things, and then I put that in, and just that and Alive and double platinum. I didn't have a lot. Those were 2 that I had, but man, I played those so much.
Alive, yes, but I would say Kiss Destroyer followed by Kiss Hotter Than Hell. Those 2 records probably were the ones that really got me. You know,
I mean, their first 8. Their first solid 8. Their debut, then they had their debut, then they had Hotter Than Hell, then they had Dress to Kill, and then they had Alive. So they did 3 albums and a live album. And then they did Destroyer, then they did Rock and Roll Over, then they did Love Gun, and then Alive 2. And then they were the biggest band in the world. That was like 78. They did those 8 albums in 4 years? And then after Alive 2, they put out double platinum.
I think they did the first 3 records were in like 2-year span.
Yeah.
And then Alive came out, and I think in 2 years, I had the first 4 albums in 2 years.
How could you not love that?
Yeah, I loved them back then, but then they became like about money.
I mean, yeah, they became the circus, but whatever. I mean, dude, like, whatever. Go to Kohl's, buy a Destroyer T-shirt.
Yeah,
Let's
totally.
wrap
But
this up.
seriously,
I know for a fact.
Look into that. Look into that.
I will. Let's wrap this up because it's Christmas and I want to go. I want to go get.
I want to play drums.
I'm going to go get my holiday on, dude. You want to play drums and I want to go Christmas.
Yeah. Is there anything that we didn't cover? Did we get enough content?
Well, I thought of some questions because that's the way that
Awesome.
I work, and I bet you didn't.
I did not. You didn't tell me questions. You said 2 topics. That's what I did.
Why do I have to tell you questions? Why would I have to tell you
dude,
that?
I need guidance. I'm a man who likes to have his hand held. Take me there, please.
I'm a man who needs structure.
I do. That's my girl. My girl will go to sleep early at night. My world turns into a mess. She'll wake up at 7 a.m. I'm still up drinking. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You left me unsupervised." This is what happens.
Let's do some holiday questions, dude.
All right, holiday questions. Okay, I have a good one. Through your years of life and celebrating Christmas, can you remember to this day your favorite Christmas gift of all time?
I can't remember my
Good
favorite
question.
Christmas.
I got to pat myself
That's
on
a
the
good
back.
question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. And you just off the top of your head with that one. I like it. I remember my favorite Christmas. I don't remember my favorite Christmas present, but I remember my favorite Christmas. I was 5 years
old were
old.
you?
I was 5, and
It's
my
amazing
brother's
you
a little
remember
bit- couple-
5 though.
Yeah, my brother's a couple years older than me, but we were both like into Transformers. And I remember we both got like the mother load of Transformers this year. And I just remember sitting by the Christmas tree underneath like the house I grew up, where the TV was, and like lining up our Transformers and just like doing all that. And there was like a whole bunch. I still have them to this day, dude. Yeah, who's a man child now?
That's amazing. But do you remember? So that's your favorite Christmas. What about Christmas gift?
Christmas. I got my first guitar for Christmas. I think I was like maybe 14 or something like that. And like my parents aren't musical. This is a good question, dude. Thank you. My parents aren't musical. I just remember we were talking about Kiss. I took the inside of Alive 2 where they're coming down and like the smokes or the fires behind them and everything. And Ace Frehley's playing a Cherry Burst Les Paul. And I pointed to my mom. I was like, I want that guitar. And like, I didn't really know anything more than just the picture was cool. My mom has no musical background. So her and my
She went out
dad
and bought you a Les Paul.
No, what they did was they took that picture to a pawn shop and said, "Do you know where we can find a guitar like this?" And the guy, obviously it's a pawn shop, so he sold them like $100 like cheap Les Paul knockoff. It's hanging right here.
That's cool though.
Dude, hang on.
Oh, that's amazing. You have it. That's amazing.
This is my first ever guitar. This is my first ever guitar. Looks like a Cherry
And that
Burst
looks
Les
like
Paul.
it.
But it's a
looks like
knockoff. It's not a Les Paul.
Who's it made by?
But so
Who's it made by?
Crestline. So I don't know I don't know what that company is, but this is my first ever guitar. I got it when I was like 14 or whatever, and it's not prepared. I just had it hanging because it's and
That's great. My question turned out to be a masterpiece.
no, but here's the thing. Your question was, what's your favorite Christmas present? Well, that was because I opened it up and I didn't know the technical differences between a Gibson Les Paul or an Epiphone or a whatever Fender. I just opened it up and saw that guitar and was like, oh, I got it, and
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
that is cool. That is cool. Your question.
What's your favorite holiday?
I think it's Thanksgiving. And I think it's
That's good,
Thanksgiving
yeah.
just because I like the food. And it doesn't matter. And here's the thing. I've been on the road on Thanksgiving a lot in the last 10 years. I with Bullets and Octane 2 years in a row. And then I spent one in Austria eating McDonald's. And like, even though I ate McDonald's in Austria for Christmas, it was awesome because it was, or not Christmas, Thanksgiving, because it was like,
Thanksgiving.
it was still a Thanksgiving meal, and like I just went to town there. So instead of eating 10 nuggets, I got like 40.
Yeah.
I
I think Thanksgiving's mine too. Thanksgiving, I think, is my favorite holiday too, because you're getting together with people, you're watching some football or some TV or whatever, and you're eating whatever good food you want.
turkey, mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
This year we had Thanksgiving. This year we had steak. It was actually a nice change. I eat steak all the time, but it was a nice change for Thanksgiving standards.
Thanksgiving this year, I had steak and spaghetti, but I'm not making fun. It sounds delicious.
to the opposite question of my last question. What is your worst Christmas memory?
Man, way to go dark. I thought you were going to ask me my least favorite holiday. Worst Christmas memory is terrible, dude. I refuse to answer it. My least favorite holiday, though, my least favorite holiday is New Year's Eve.
That's not the question. You can't just change the question to your liking. The question is, what is your worst Christmas memory? There's got to be one. Your brother beat the shit out of you. Your brother got a better gift.
There's nothing.
I'm all about stuff. All right, well, see, that is a well-adjusted human right there. There's a well-adjusted human.
I hope that's what it means. I hope that's what it means, because to me it means I'm boring and I don't have an answer.
No, that means you just have a good Christmas every year. Go to the Udell household. I mean, most holidays there was nothing but fucking screaming.
But you're Jewish, so why would you have a bad Christmas memory?
My dad's name was Ellis, and all you would hear is my mom going, Ellis! Ellis! Jonathan's making me crazy! You know?
Jesus.
Every holiday.
Okay. Hey, ask your question again.
What is the worst thing that's ever happened to you on Christmas?
You revisiting your mom shouting Ellis at your dad. That's my worst Christmas memory.
I'm not even smoking weed. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm up. What's your least favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Really?
And it's not just Christmas, it's the holiday season. It's a weird love-hate I have with it. I'll explain it. I love the vibe. I love going to the mall during Christmas time. I enjoy all of that. What I hate is the music business and the entertainment industry just completely stops for like a month, and it drives me insane because I'm always trying to work.
It's justified time off. You don't like that?
Yeah, but when I have justified time off, I feel like I feel guilty.
Yeah.
I just feel guilty. I'm like, there's something I could be doing, but there's nothing. But I guess that's a terrible answer because I get the practice for a lot.
That's the justified part.
Yeah, that's the justified. Okay, let's just solely go on holidays and what holidays stand for. We'll go with that, and I'll answer that. I ever tell you about the time I had a landlord want to kill me on Easter? I didn't realize it was Easter. I swear to God, I didn't realize.
Oh, yeah, you
Easter.
Called him and you needed to get a key or something like that.
Right. No, I had a termite problem. I was like, I got termites. He's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I'm like, oh, my God. Least favorite holiday.
Hey, guy, don't be a landlord.
Yeah, right?
That's the gig.
Least favorite
You should have just been like, you should have just been, when he was like, I'll kill you, you should have been like, hey, that's the gig.
I don't, any holiday that's like a Columbus Day or something like that. And I'll tell you why. Because I'll be like, I got to go to the bank. And I'll be like, the bank's closed. Why is the bank closed? It's Columbus Day. Who gives a shit?
Your question, my man.
My question. If you could have anything for Christmas this year, what would it be?
Oh, dude, straight up, a redo on the past 2 years.
Oh, a redo like live the last 2 years over again. Like not just Christmas,
like a redo. Can we go back to Knispy 2019 right now? And then like we have some good decisions made in the process. And then none of that shit happened. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
or a pair of Vans.
Or a pair of Vans. There you go. Maybe I'll get you a pair of Vans for Christmas.
Hashtag Van sponsorship. Maybe, hey, dude, I was thinking about getting these ones in blue. They make them in blue.
I don't know what to think of those shoes, Ryan Harris. I got to be honest. I don't know what I think of those. It's white leather with zippers on the side.
You're allowed to think that.
Good stage shoes. Good stage shoes.
Just good life shoes. They're good life shoes.
I don't even have...
you have to have high socks on with them. You have to have high socks on with them.
I don't wear low socks. Those I don't get. Why do people wear low socks?
I'm sure if you have like tennis shoes on, that's comfortable.
All my socks are like that, but I don't wear them that high. They're all that long. Yes.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Final question. Final question for you. What do you want? Well, I guess it already happened. I was gonna say, what do you want for Hanukkah? But I guess what do you want for Hanukkah?
I want a pair of those UE Fits.
The earbuds you're showing me?
Those. Yeah, custom molded earbuds. They're the same company that makes my in-ear monitors.
It's a boring answer, but it's a cool gift.
All right. Well, you want a more exciting answer? If I could have anything in the world right now.
If you could have anything in the world right now for Hanukkah, what would it be?
I probably, you know what? I would really like a Ludwig Classic Maple drum kit.
A what? Dude, use your words. I need you to use your words so I can understand what you... Johnny, hey, Johnny, ask me the question and I'm going to answer like you. This is exactly what I heard. Ask me, what do I want for Hanukkah? Go ahead. Go for it.
What do you want for Hanukkah?
Oh, anything I can have is I would just want to get there.
A Ludwig Classic Maple drum set.
Perfect.
With a BB gun.
With a BB gun.
With a BB gun. I'd get Christmas Story in there somehow.
It was a Red Ranger BB gun?
Yeah, you're going to shoot your eye out, kid.
Great movie.
Hey, did you ever know anybody shut their eye out with a BB gun? Ever know anybody shut their eye out with a BB gun?
No, of course not.
Bullshit, huh?
I'm
it's like the Hanukkah bush. It's just a mother's tale.
I'm on vacation.
On that note, I hope everybody, by the time you hear this, it'll already have been Christmas. We hope you all had a great Merry Christmas out there.
Yes.
Here, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a comment. You know where to find us. Go on the YouTubes. Ryan's always looking sexy as hell. And until next week, the New Year's, let's recap what happened in 2021 on the What Everybody podcast, because everything else, who cares? We'll see you next week, everybody. Have a great, great, great New Year.
Send us a Christmas card. It'd be appreciated.
Christmas cards with a tree or a Hanukkah menorah card.
Yeah, that too. See you next time.
All of the above. See you next time. Bye.